I'm one of the people that have been blamed with hey, Brenda Fassie.
Because I was going there.
Yeah, but the thing is that I didn't start Brenda Fassie's career. She recorded 12 albums before me.
You.
Then those albums made millions. A month after Brenda was buried, I went to Bongani. Look, this is the money that we've raised. Mom is no more there. You are the only one. If this money is not there, who else will get it? The boy agreed and then said, okay, fine. Umnand. At the time, he was working with Lungs, Ghetto Raf, and then Graham Gilfillan, Abelung. Then Bambizele sighting. But no. Le money la good account le reserve with Chicco, le 12 million whatever. Ingani ngabi lo mali. Thina sizokutholela imali eningi abo Chicco bayidlile. I'm not Kelly's friend. Except that I produce her. I don't even have a relationship close naye ukuthi I don't have except that one would him produce. Or I'm not their friend. They know that. People can check later.
Lotshani sishaba. Gedlisa nathi. Kulo naga siragela phambili.
I'm very impressed with what you're trying to do.
Mina ngithanda utshwala.
Nathi singama community omphakathi.
Usefosile? Uyasijoya fosathina.
Journalists have been asking me what happened between you and Somizi.
It's a good day to have a happy day.
It's a Heavy Days on a podcast. Ngendlela ethi right. Welcome everyone. Welcome to spring. It's the season where kings and queens are born. I'm laughing because on my way here, I was playing one of my favorite tunes from Earth, Wind and Fire and Philip Bailey there. And do you remember September? Yeah? Tata my chance. We are here. It's at the Zoo Lake. And what a better way to kickstart springtime. Spring moment with Happy Days on podcast. Ngendlela ethi right. I see namadada dudu damini ziyawelekini zaphahlaka. And thank you so much guys for the subscribers, and continue to tell all the friends to be part of this growing family, the Happy Days family. We are here. And thank you so much for all those of you who were sending us some messages that you need so and so, you need such a guest. And today, I call him South Africa's Quincy Jones. Yes. Yeah, he's a producer, he's a composer, he's also a musician. And he's a great father, I must say. And a good friend. Khotmanyam, Sello Chicco Twala. Yeah. Inkathi zamanzi zesichiko. Yeah, if ukhumbula kahle zaziwa ngesichiko la. Yeah, out nje yasliza nase I remember ukuthi usliza nasesigela man. Ay e boarding school biziwa. Awuthe sliza le what a story. Ntshontshe inkukhu ungitshele baze bambamba.
So na e boarding school yethu I principal yethu the way because discipline khona befanele discipline in front of assembly in the morning abonisa wonke umuntu ukuthi hey mawuganga this is what we do to you. My boarding school besesigangeni baba esigangeni la bekuyihlahla kuphela
ukuthi uzobuyela ekhaya
akuna ukuthi uzogijima oyekuphi yabo then bamela the following day kufanele ngiyopunish. I remember it was on the 4th of I was caught on the 3rd of November. So on the 4th of November I must be punished.
Okay.
You have to start.
Yeah,
so I must be punished. And then I decide I got no. Ngidla phansi la.
Uyeslice scale.
Yeah, ngidla phansi.
Okay.
Then ngavuka ngabo 3 am. Uyakhuluma besishanga ama trunk tin.
Yeah.
Yabona ngapaka impahla zami lapha ngaphakathi ngithulile. I was 16 I think. Ngaziguga ngikubamba le trunk tin. Ngadabula lapha esigangeni babe ebusuku ngiyi1.
Manje uyaphi?
Ngibuyele eJozi. Bile angeke kumele ayihamba yabeshaya le. Khathi Sinkondo.
Silayiza ungakashaya.
Khathi man Eric Nkondo.
Eric Nkondo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is his brother, ne?
The late, yeah, they are brothers. And then ngamaneja ke ukuthi hayi ngithola ibhasi ngagibelisa linye oledi. Lost Richard ngathola itrain nakhona ngangena itrain Mangobe. Anginanyoko. Yabo?
Ish.
Up to ngafika la nge5 zaka November 1978.
Yeah, yazi date.
Why ngazi ukuthi it was 5 November because audit lami bengicabanga ukuthi hey lo ngorisa
Yeah.
kanti lo thola enqosi ebhara
Mawufika.
mangifika nge5 zaka Daswa ngazi ukuthi oh
Okay,
ATK ngisinde kanjalo my younger brother my mom actually was expecting inqosi so ngathola ukuthi akekho
you
deliver.
deliver.
That's why I know what is 5 of November. Ngathi thank God if you ukuthi no angikwazi ukuexplain into eziningi so ubuzile ukuthi ngathi hayi ngicedile ukubhala lapha decide ukuthi ngifuna ukuzofunda ngayo akusekho grand for mina otherwise no bengibalekele yona le crime committee le
chicken murder futhi lo
chicken murder mfowethu singasho njalo amara zona
spinning inkukhu uyazidakisa mawucede chicken murder 99
Uyabona so yeah kwaphela kanje then you ask a question about music how did I start how my musical career started
yeah
so mangisedladleni lapha then in January then I had to start now ngifunda isikolo eBopasnath eDeepkloof kunezinye isikole bathi eBopasnath lapha eDeepkloof so mangigeleza lapha eDeepkloof eBopasnath ezone 2 mangibuye esikele I think I remember after 3 months so ingosi yasedladleni eyeza kimi thi man kunenye out man idlala igitara man yasogola le out le you know yasogola blind and by lapha ihlala khona by you know ibe eThekwini eDurban kwamasho abayiphathi kahle man bengicela ukuthi mhlawumbe ushare na iroom wathi no problem plus ngithanda umusic nyana uyabona uzongiculela lapha nami ngizozama ukubhimba nyana naye so you understand
yeah
then ke le out lena beyine then singathenga ama single bed ayi2 sa share igama lakho Sibusiso Khumalo mara se LA manje uzibiza Donovan Knox
okay
so then sa share mina ne out time so you sasi grand yabo section mangivuka ngesikele vaya nami ngwenye ibhethi guitar then zobiza abo baby lapha lento ayidlale yini badlalele lapha esilumise kancane kube mnandi yabona mina ngiloko ngenza ngithepha lapha ngiloko yabuzana
yeah okay
so mara abantwana bebephelela kuye bonke ngoba bebethanda abangizwisisi mina ngoba uyoculayo noma ngithi yabuzana so kanjalo ke there is kind masloko siya I fell in love with music. I realized, hey man, I love this thing. But I couldn't play any instrument at that. The only instrument I could play, they were my drum, my shanga.
Okay.
You know, my drum. But if maybe I can try an instrument in my percussion because I can play drums.
Yeah.
Perhaps this could actually be a path for me to actually get into the music sector, to understand music. So, why I ngiloko ngidlala ama drums you know on my own ngidlala nayo aloka adlala igitara so yena waba nenhlanhla wahlangana nenye out yami Ale Khawudi he was with the he was with a group called Umoja yeah in fact no he was with Harare ngazi mistake Alec was with Harare but yena no Sipho Mabuse bebe splitter then Alec washiya uSipho ne Harare then then waqalela Umoja then walanda uDon ke boyi2 baqala Umoja then baqala ukurecorda bavaya baya overseas yabo I remember they recorded in fact they recorded the whole album yabo in New York yabo so mababuya ngabona ukuthi I'll be left out yabo ngatshela Maniko shini ngathi indoda manje ngiyapractice ngiya practice then ngone yangichecka ukuthi no man uza kahle musi then yangifaka ke lapha naye athi no asikuzama uzodlala ipercussion yabo hayi ngwenya shem yanga opportunity yathi you know what let's try you in there then ngaqala ke ngidlala percussion. I remember cover yakhona.
Yeah, okay.
Nginenwele ezinkulu
Yeah,
C3 sisesimnandi nyana.
Okay.
Sinengoma babiza Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
You know. Popular kuma radio station.
Ayidlala
Yabo.
lapha Kansas City.
Then ngavela ngathi no scale bye bye. You know, let me focus on this. Already langulwisa, langigijimisa la enzani. Ngavela ngaphuma kulo. Ihillbrow bayiseyinhle that time. You know, bekusahlala ingamla kuhle, kuhle. And then in fact, now recently I was in New York. In fact, New York reminds me of Hillbrow. You know, it was bengana crime, it was beautiful. So ngahlala eHillbrow. No Don saphuma lapha sokusebenza no umoja. You know, it was nice, but my focus mina kakhulu because when I grew up eDladleni eDeep Kloof, I was a DJ. And my stepfather owned a tavern. It was very popular. So I was the DJ. So I played music a lot, and I understood a hit. Ingoma engazi ukuthi no, it can. I understood songs that can actually that songs that can bring people into the dance floor. So I want to contribute sometimes, but ngoba ngemusha bebengangimamele that nakhona I couldn't play an instrument at the time. I would just say things with my mouth and cool and all that. But no, take your time, you learn. Which is good. I think for them to give me that opportunity, I really, no one would have given me that opportunity.
True, yeah.
Then I decided, good, okay, whilst I'm there, I'm going to learn how to play instruments, other instruments, and all that. So then there came a disappointment where I think whilst we saw Moja, made to hire other musicians, could be a band, a solid match.
Okay.
I think Don Laka came in, Godfrey Mqina came in, other members came in. I think it's going to be six or seven. So much. Ingwenya zonke ziblind.
Yeah.
Instruments ziyababa. Kusho ukuthi kudlalwa kusho ukuthi mawu-weak.
Yeah.
Abakuzwisisi bakutshela ukuthi hayi no. Lo uzosiphazamisa lo.
So vele feel independent.
Manje mina bengidlala ipercussion mara bekunezinja ezidlala ipercussion that time. Abo mabhitho bejane kunenye bathi ufish yase and zibuye ePretoria. Zibuya ngale ngakobo Don Laka. So Don Laka uthe makangizwa dlala hayi owakhe umuntu ushishi yabo. uDon wathi no he can play but he still mara bangitsheli.
Okay, bakhuluma
yabona madala side yabo. And then but honestly speaking he was right. I was not as good as the other percussionists, you know. Don was right, and I can't blame him for that. Then I was replaced. I was replaced. Ngalengwenya sePretoria, but I phumele ngwenya. And then so the following day, sengibuyele nasedladleni eDeep Kloof manje.
Phela indaba yase here.
Hey, prepare yabona sengibuyele nasedladleni. So ngiyala baloku bangaaccommodate ngiyayibona lenye ingwenya ikhona iyadlala lapha abangangitsheli official ukuthi hey ndoda sakufuni you know. And then ngathi perseverance. You know, I think one day mangiya lapha bathi sirehezi kanti sirehezela somewhere. So yabona so kusho they now
bashaya ngomthangala laba.
Bashaya ngomthangala but ngathi then that's how I lost my job with the band, you know. But one thing for sure I understood, because that time you have to be very, very talented to actually be in a group, you know, because wonke umuntu lapha bekan swim. And then but it gave me an opportunity to want to be better, to work hard, you know, not to actually have grudges and all that, you know, because I understood. I mean, most of the guys lapha they were experienced, and then they knew what they were doing.
Now bekumele nje ukuthi uzipolish.
Then ngaphuma ke lapha kuMoja ngakhishwa kanjalo. Then I became closer to Rasipho Mabusi at the time, you know. So ngavela ngathi njalo nje kuphela mangithola chance ngathi kusipho athi ngimncede ngesishangana kunengoma yakhe bathi Jive Soweto
Jive Soweto,
afuna ngimtranslate yona ukuthi laba kujina yabona well he wrote the song but he just wanted the
part
meanings
nje.
and all that
Yeah.
and then he was working on his hit song Burnout ngimbhekile ingwenya mali okuyenza ngibhekile
Yeah.
lokhu idlala ipiano ngibhekile ngithi yazini hayi la ngiyafunda la
Yeah.
ngisesigela la I'm not actually going to ngimosha isikhathi sami lunch whatever usipho makaya phezulu ngila angimgayi chance
Yeah.
ngayi chance makaloku adlala ama notes simane nje ngila ngibhekile
Ufuna ukufunda.
ufuna ukufunda
Yeah.
sesigela
Eish.
but what inspired me is those guys abathe no
You're not good.
you're not good enough
Yeah.
so now ngithi no it may be
Sound disappointing.
it may be disappointing, or maybe it may be, but at the same time, I took it as a challenge. No, they're saying to you, "I'm funda." At the same time, I'm funda mfowethu. I'm begging when you see pingers things. Mayingekho ngihlala kule piano yakhe le.
Because someone won't begin to give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makangekho usipha phumile nje kuphela, thatha ipiano yakho ngigibele phezulu. Lokubheda kanjani lokuyita ama notes. Yabo? Fortunately kunenye video besishanga ama VHS.
Ngiya.
Yabona? And kunenye time so it's a British guy afundisa ipiano ama notes and all. Ayilahlela njalo kwaSipho mayelento. Aloku afundisa ama notes, yabona? Ama chords, yabona? Slowly ngaza ngabamba. I think it took me about 3-4 months. Then uSipho uzwe one day nje kuphela lokhu ngidlala. Slowly lokhu ngidlala yabona. Then uSipho let me revive Harare.
Okay.
Mara kuloku ne
That division amongst the
no, not division. I'm talking about that solo career yakhe as
okay, on the side.
and then mina then also I'll be part of Harare.
Okay.
Then I recruited some musicians over Jimmy Mngwani nani kunento abathi Jimmy Mngwani and then Jeff then ngamhlanganise the band then I was a percussionist there.
Okay.
But I didn't focus on piano because he had very good pianist. But bese ngimnandi nange percussion, bese ngijwayele. So that's how I was introduced to music. It wasn't easy, but I had something in me that ngisho ukuthi man, I wish I can contribute this. Yabona, even with Umoja, but the thing is that it wasn't that easy for me to come out, what I say amateur, like
yeah.
So, but I had an opportunity of doing things on my own when I break away from both Harare and Umoja. Because Harare angizangiqoshwe, decided without ngenze something on my own. Nalentwana bathu Jimmy.
So we are part of group Harare nje, like strictly. Ngithi uyakhona nje is part abo what's the song Harare lebeyidumile?
No, I was not part of that group.
Okay.
I mean, I was part of the Burnout.
Yeah.
Jive Soweto.
On the solo side, yeah.
On the solo side, I was doing the percussion.
Trying to make
but honestly speaking, I think that's why I learned a lot,
Okay.
how to play piano and all that, and then to compose. The skill of composing, and so I learned there. But I was being scared.
Yeah.
Being scared.
University of Music.
So the first song,
Kwaba hit.
hit.
But just before that, Dasilo, because I know there was also another group, Image, where you were part of it.
Image.
Image, Umoja.
No. It's Umoja Image.
Okay.
The image record it.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, not as Chicco.
Not as Chicco.
Image.
Okay.
Ngabagibela phezulu bese ngiphezulu nyana bese ngihambala nabo.
Okay.
Bese bekumoja nehara barusipho bekaphezulu wethu all the time because he had our penada but bese na mangena kuma shipini yonke indawo ngizingoma yami wonke umuntu hayi khala kuma Durban everywhere ama clubbing lengoma yami Image seyidumile nokucula mina lead vocal yabo
I feel you take something.
Masingenile mos.
Yeah.
Saying now I have to put a band together because remember, Image is a band. It's a group. It's not an individual.
Yeah, okay.
Then ngathi ngiyobathola apha ama-members. Angalanda zona le out zami lezomoja lezi ezingixoshile.
Zwana nviyela.
Ngathi hayi yabo. Mara you know what? Like ngisho ukuthi not in a bad way. I mean, I didn't take it in a bad way. Ngithathe ukuthi you know what? You
These
wanted
guys
the
are
best.
hurting me, yeah.
Ngathi now I'm trying to be denying I'm the best now I hit. Ngabalanda don't like don't even know sibonge ngashiya all my ones. Ngashiya all my one. Bajoyina me for me Image ke. Saba Image.
Oh, okay.
That's how Image was
That's how
formed.
Image was formed.
Then we became Image, Sashama hit nyana semnandi ngalanda no Benjamin Dube, ashama nyama lead vocals, you know, Benjamin Dube noma ube uyinkinga ngafuna ukucula. Hayi, sayisele mina ngizwana la ngifuna gospel. Ngathi hayi ngwenya ngena la.
What was a
Ngizokwenzela ngamenzela ingoma bathi Holy Spirit. But for me it was like okay. Then someone oh so sebenza nabo Don bakuqoshile nabo Don of Knox ngithi no abangiqoshanga. I think that's the way uNkulunkulu maybe ngafuna izinto ngakhona ukuthi go out there work hard you know because it's only God who knows what makes me to have a good heart with Ngbalande back. It was easy for me but I didn't even think ukuthi how I was treated. So we worked together. We made man, we bought Kumbi's trunks. Asaba any band nje kusho wherever we went as Image we used to like pack you know clubs everywhere Durban everywhere we taught I mean we were a very successful band you know so yeah it was good.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking ukuthi the history I mean or the music the way uqale ngakhona up to this far you know it's something else and I'm sure abantu abaningi because nangesikhathi usuqala enye group yakho you also worked nabo Speakery nabo Eugene that was later on.
Yeah. Look, I think after then once I was with Image then Yvonne Chaka Chaka came. You know, she had hit songs like I'm in love with the DJ. She was competing with Brenda Fassie at the time. Remember, Brenda was a big artist at the time. She was. Then I think the industry, Phil Hollis, wanted someone that can compete with Brenda at that time because Brenda was untouchable. You know, she was coming hit after hit. Big dudes. It was hit after hit, and then Yvonne Chaka Chaka, when we became friends, she said, hey man, come to my record label.
Okay.
Uzosebenza nathi la. Ngithi hayi mina ngigrand namajita ami Image. Athi no zwakala. Njengoba we were very close friends and I decided no, let me go to a share around. When I got there, the record label boss Phil Hollis said, man, hey man, we like your style, man. Can't you come and work with us? I said, no. I'm okay where I am. When you're Foster, no Yvonne, you know. But no, try something, man. Then I started I didn't part with Namachi and say, guys, I just want to do a solo career.
Okay.
So then when I even but decided why don't you call yourself Chico? Because when movie is a Chico. Then they hit maybe it's a Chico.
Okay.
With Image.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was about to ask with Chico.
Then why don't you call yourself Chico? Then I recorded my first single again, Abantwana, produced by Atif and Vic. Then I signed up with them.
Weekend Dance.
Yeah. Ngathi hayi man kusho ukuthi lento le kunento enginayo why ngesi hit sinayo hit yabo manje ngaba busy ngiyi-one ngatshela amajita ngathi guys man chubekani makhumbi nani ama-truck ama-stop chubekani nisebenze ngibona ngathi I'm just going to follow my solo career. That's how my solo career started. So I left the guys and I started my solo career. Weekend Dance was my first single. Then that's what happened. The rest is history.
So just fast forward a bit because we'll be like touch basing, you know, talking about this and that. Yeah. I want to know because I remember I think it was just before the New Dispensation, before we moved to democracy. There was a song where I released an Umzwake, or where you help Umzwake.
Papa Stop the War. Well, I think remember, I mean, I'm a product of 1976 Soweto uprising. Nabo Mzwakhe,
Yes.
you know, and Tina, we didn't know anything about going to exile if we will retaliate, if we oppose apartheid. We didn't know about all those things. So, I mean, besijikijela amatshe senza yonke lento le, not actually knowing the consequences.
Yes.
You know, we didn't care about the consequences. So, when you come from there, so ngithe as I developed, as I become more popular,
Okay.
then ngathi man, good thing I could write like in terms of the political situation.
Okay.
Why can't I use my popularity to now sing protest songs? Come up with songs that will actually help us end apartheid, you know? Then I was warned by a lot of who would, hey, you'll be arrested or you'll be forced into exile if you start writing protest songs. Then I decided, okay, fine, I'll do it nicely, slowly, you know. Then I just want to actually, so that we don't have to go back to the question that you asked, how it happened that I worked with Mzwakhe. So now, then I decided then, after my album, I Need Some Money, I was recruited now to write songs for other artists.
Okay.
Yeah, what? And then my songs, most of them that I wrote at that time, were banned by SABC. And the people was questioning, no, we can't play this one. I'm a protest. I remember there's a song that I wrote, but eventually I gave it to Brenda Fassie, Good Black Woman. There's so many of them. But then when, after my failure to actually get those songs played by SABC, I kept the songs. Not know the time will come. So in 1985, after my album, I Need Some Money, I decided, you know what, let me try and actually produce other artists, you know, and see if I can get Lababazwane interest, especially the likes of Brenda Fassie, Yvonne Chakcha, any artist they were popular at that time, but most of them, they were not keen in actually doing protest songs.
Okay.
So I kept them on shelf, and then Mama Winnie Mandela then called me. I went to their house in Orlando West. At Chico, you know what? I'm worried about you guys. You're not using your popularity. Because about you, they listen to your music. Why can't you come with music that will actually
Give pressure to the government.
Why don't you start writing protest songs? Songs that will make sure that this government, you know, adhered to our call. You would apartheid iphele, you know. I mean, and she talked about that. We didn't know Mandela, Tina. You remember even his pictures were there, we didn't know. But I knew what she was Mandela's wife. You know, so I met her with Zizi. And then she lectured me. She even made an example of Bongani Gamer. Would look at this guy, Bongani Gamer. You know, he went into, I mean, all the way from Durban. We figured out how long. There were so many things that they were doing. But you know, Mama, Mina, definitely, in corner.
That's very wonderful stuff.
Yeah, Sisonke, Mama. Mina, vele. I don't mind to do that. And then the first thing I did with her, let me write a song, We Miss You Mandela, Where Are You? Right? Then I went to her. Yeah. Then my lyrics, and then she was happy. She had a beautiful song. And then I went then to my studio. My producer at that time was Atif van Veek. This is the song that I want to record. And then Atif van Veek, and they said, what a beautiful song. But unfortunately, because I can't get to the airplay. It's over this fair. Then I thought, okay, let's release 2 singers. Let's record this one, and then we'll just come with a gimmick for another one. We Miss You Mandela. But all the live performances, we'll just say, We Miss You Mandela. Then we agreed. So that's how the song was created. So now all my live performances, when I perform it, it will be the other lyrics, the original one, the one that I shared with Mama Winnie Mandela.
Okay.
And then So that's why everybody in that time, it was We Miss You Mandela, where are you? Because all my live performances was about Mandela. Then I had a situation where I was followed by the police, my live performances. Banglandelela, and then I think they wanted to arrest me, but they didn't have enough courage at that time to arrest me. Ngoba bengisaqala, bengilungisa kancane, yabo. Then I toured France. I was in France. I was on tour in France performing. I think I had the tour was called Frenchmo Zulu Tour.
Okay.
It was African, Abu the late fella, and some good the sun. So we were touring the whole of Europe, France, Belgium, you know. Then I received a call with him. We want you to produce Brenda Fassie. I was not close to Brenda at that time. I didn't know her. Most people think that most people think that Brenda's career started with me. That's why every time I was Chicco Twala, Brenda. Brenda was there long before. She had 12, 15 albums before I even came. You know, she was big. I said, oh, Brenda Fassie. He said, oh, great, no problem. What an opportunity. I did meet Brenda before, you know, Sipho Mabuza.
Okay.
But Sipho is staring.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah. So I remember meeting her, angstira with him buying cows. But I didn't. Where to get off. So that time I was still with Harare, when I was still starting my career. But when I got the call, no, I'm still on tour in Europe. Mangboye, I'll come and see you guys. So Brenda was down and out at that time. I think they tried to revive a career.
Pure magic.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they were doing, but they couldn't come with the right stuff. Then Mangfea ngafonelo Mama Winnie Mandela ngathi Mama, you know the songs that Black Good Woman. Have you heard that song?
I know it. I have a connection.
Yes, and Jail to Jail.
Yeah.
There's a song called when Mandela was transferred from Robben Island to Portsmouth prison.
Okay.
You know, you must listen to the lyrics of Jail to Jail. And then Brenda's gonna sing this song. Mama said, no, she won't sing. No, trust me, I'll make her to sing this song. Then too late for Mama. You know, on top of that.
That one is
yeah. So ngafaka Too Late for Mama Eziland, yabona. Ngafaka enye bathi baqake kilo qama. The whole album was political. Yeah. So the whole thing was political. Then Mama said, good shot, try her. So I didn't want to push Brenda into actually singing these political songs. Ngaqala nge-Too Late for Mama. Ngabona ukuthi uyayisho, I said baqake kilo qama. Then I came with Good Black Woman. She sang it.
That
and
album.
Then you know, Jail to Jail. Then there we go now.
Hey.
So Brenda, she started it, and she was not too comfortable, but she started it. She started. I remember when she was singing "Jail to Jail." The lyrics were, they took him from one prison to a posh house. It's my old song. I have to actually, I need to, in the old age.
Yeah, he's Pamandla.
Yeah. So. They took him to a posh house. They said he's a free man. He's a free bird in a golden cage.
Yeah.
Those are the lyrics of Jail to Jail. Yeah. So, Mama was very happy. You know, and then that's when Mama said I must bring Brenda, congratulate my album being a pool. Okay. Here my album, it was one of the biggest.
It was a hit.
You know, she was huge. And then I think that's what made Brenda to come back into the scene again. That Too Late for Mama.
There was another after those struggle songs. It was also after it was in Memeza.
Memeza it was Black President.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. After that, it's Black President. Then because I was busy with my career, she was also busy. Then after Black President, I want to focus on my tour and all that. And then she carried on her own. Without me being involved. I think then Mzwake came then. Because there was a lot of violence and all that in our country. And between ANC and Inkatha. Then we said, you know what, let's come up with something that will save South Africa. Then we collaborated with Mzwake Mbuli and Papa Stop the War.
Because of those times, I remember people were thinking there was going to be a civil war or something in the country.
Then we did Papa Stop the War. Then that is what happened.
But Nje Tasilo, what do you think music of South Africa? What is it that we need in South Africa to actually to be recognized even, you know, in the outside? I see you've also done your what do you call bilateral
agreement.
Agreement with some company in the US to help the South African music.
I think our music always had this potential of being big in the US. It's just that as South Africans, we don't have that confidence. We're not confident enough. We don't believe in ourselves. You know, we don't believe in ourselves. We can compete with the best in the world. I mean, if you look at Paul Simon, he came here and took our music, and he sold millions with Black Mambazo. Jerusalem is another good example that, you know, our music, our beats, our dance can be exported to other countries where our artists will benefit in a big way. So I always wanted to do that. So every time I visit New York, like I had this annual visit in summer, all the time I'll go. I've been doing that for the past 10 years. I'll go to New York and I'll check in the system. But you know what? The Nigerians are dominating here. They are all over, you know, they're performing. Why can't I see South Africans, you know? And then, and when I look at Nigerians, I go to Bafagwa, Americans, those guys, but you know what? We're going in there, and they don't change anything. They sing it's Nigerian Sagubo, and then they you know,
enjoy
and there they are. And then I said, why can't we do it at home? And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to come here and check how South African music, how we can penetrate the American market. America for me, it's big. So I met few friends and then we planned around it. And then fortunately, I had to meet now the big artist in the US. I met Steve Wonder. I met so many big artists. I met most of the groups that I met in Motown, which most of the youth they won't know. And then Bruce Miller, who actually produced many of Mary J. Blige's songs. It's also a younger brother to Mary J. I met, there's a lady, yes, I haven't met Jay-Z. I met, but the people that I'm with, they work, like Bruce work with Jay-Z. And then I met Blosette. She actually one of the people that founded Tracy Chapman. She worked with Beyonce. She worked with the other girl that Rihanna. She worked with almost all the best. What's his name? Bruce. Another guy is Joseph Buxday, who's an entertainment player. So those are the guys that I met. And then thanks to our brother, his name is Ronnie Kunene. He's based in the US. He was Lion King. He's one of the people who actually played a very important role in actually getting Lion King a stage to be on Broadway and all that. So Ron actually got me this land. They introduced me to the people I just mentioned, and then they took me very seriously. They checked my work and all. They said, "Oh no, I think we can do something." And then I came back. When I came back for the first time before Nyamanj go sign, I was happy. Then I looked at all my music. I look at all the music that other artists did, whether it's Macy Pakela, as what. I said, this music, if we can revisit this music, remix it nicely with American collaboration with America, this music ungavuka, because I still believe with our beat, the time is now that can penetrate that. So that's how we actually come up with that pattern. But before that, we even registered, because we have a collecting society called Imbogoto.
Yes.
We collect neighboring rights for all US artists. We've actually signed almost the cream of US artists. Your Beyonce, your Rihanna, all them. They're signed with us to collect needle time on their behalf in South Africa. So what we do, we said now, some of the money will contribute towards development, where we'll actually promote South Africans. Overseas, by performing, release their music. Kuna ma radio station, so identify that will actually play that a lot of the music that we are going to collaborate with Americans. But the main thing is to actually make sure that South African performers must go out of South Africa in big numbers when performing in Europe, when performing in America, just like the Nigerians are doing. Nigerians, I mean, they're making big money outside their country. I don't see the reason why as South Africans we can't do that. That's why I am back on that journey of going there, which I want to make sure that this manifest, this project manifest, because for me, I thought, if I can, if our footprint, can be in the US as South African musicians.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest, and for me it will be a long-lasting legacy. For I've done something where my colleagues were like hesitant. Hey, it's not easy. It's easy to meet those people. They are human beings, but mostly you'll never actually get the opportunity to get what you want. You understand? Yes. So it happened, but but that the opportunities that as we've seen, we've signed now, and I can tell you now, as we're sitting here, all the artists that we're going to work on will break them in America. From next year, we'll make it a point that a big number of South African artists they are performing in the US. It's not for me, but it's for future generations, as well as the present artists. Our corner manje. Like I would like to see Don Laka performing in Carnegie Hall, Apollo Theatre.
Oh my God.
You understand? I would like to see artists like, for me, it would be great when you go to New York, but hey, New York, there's a South African performing where it's nice. So we don't hear those things, but I think it's going to happen now. We're going to flood America. America is huge. America is huge.
That's true. But how, can you tell me how this thing, Am I Royalty, how does it work?
I don't know. There's all sorts of rights. Kune Sambro, kune Sampra, kune Kapaso, kune Impra, kune Tina Mbogoto. So it depends. Tina Mbogoto, we are collecting what we call needle time. Royalties, like manje kule restaurant, if there's music that is playing, we collect from restaurants, we collect from SABC radio and all the performance. Yeah, I'm a artist now, Tina, I'm Americans now, but the bulk of the money, it must be for development.
Yeah, but you know why I'm asking, Tasilo, because it has been a situation with a musician. You find umuntu amahiti kanje, but nini umthole bathi ay bankrupt akasana next, but umculo is playing all over. So ukuthi sadlala naleyo ngoma, I won't like precisely mention I'm a musician now, but this is what we see as South Africa. Ukuthi nangu umuntu beke grant awasephelele kuphi.
Well, everything depends on lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your future. If your lifestyle is not ngendlela it was patagahle, obviously you'll face such challenges whereby you find you were successful, then now you're bankrupt. I think some of us survive because of lifestyle that is different to what other artists go through. you know, my challenges about and then also to work hard as well, you know, because you don't focus. I mean, I didn't focus on my music. I was in the US to sign. I always like want to come up with ideas that will make sure that ngiyakwazi ukusustain whatever that I'm doing, in a sense. So I think lifestyle is the biggest problem. And then the sad part is that the very same artists who the artists who go through these challenges, they always want to blame someone for their failure, which is not okay, because you know you must take responsibility from day one.
Industry need to be smart.
Yes, you must not actually be because I've seen a lot of people blaming producers. Like, I'm one of the people that have been blamed with hey, Brenda Fassie.
Because I was going there.
Yeah, you know. But the thing is that I didn't start Brenda Fassie's career. She recorded 12 albums before me.
You.
Then those albums made millions. And then when I found
so people think that most of the music or all the music is produced by yourself.
No. You can count albums that I did with Brenda, but the biggest chunk of her career, she was on her own. She was without me. So if there was no problem around it, I think lama millions of the albums, and then they would be somewhere saved if there was someone guiding her correctly. Ukuthi imali yakhe inganyamalala and all that. So mina ngimthola ngana next Brenda. Angaze ngithola Brenda, ngimthola ngana Nhlo, ngimthole angana, she didn't have anything. But what I've noticed, Brenda Fassie never blamed me. It's only people who blame, because you'll always find haters. Brenda Fassie knew what I did for her. So ever said things about cool music, I don't get worried, because Brenda has never actually said, Chicco, you ripped me off, or you took my man, or whatever. We may have maybe one or two issues arguing about it. Brenda, even if she was still alive, she wouldn't say I ripped her off, because she knows very well how I took how much. But a lot of people say that. But akusiwuye yibo basho njalo, but nakhona ngizibuza ukuthi okay, ubani othathe lama album ay-15 awayenzile without uChicco. So you know laba blame. So why don't you talk about those people? You know, I'll make an example. There's a young boy. Mina, I look after artists. A lot of people they don't know that. There's a young boy called Themba Dladla.
That's DJ Walker.
DJ Walker. That boy knew nothing about royalties. He knew nothing about publishing. He knew nothing about this. When he was one of the most talented youngster that I came across. He was from Pimville.
I guess whatever that I learned from this man, somehow I went with it. Wherever I go, people who see me, somehow they can see this knowledge. Hey, yeah, because I got and I realized this man actually equipped for real life. Time equipped to isotsha kahle kahle ukuthi nje yimi didn't know that then
because nakhona kwakangeni clear wena mthimane deep wena DJ wakho ukuthi yini le kangaka oyifilayo ngoChicco Sello Twala mawuthi okay ukukhiphile with regard to music, but nje working with him, what is it that you have gained kangaka ngoma you always speak so fondly about him?
I can't really point out. I can say it's how he does things. There's this thing. How you do one thing. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Yeah, I think there's this thing and he applies it everywhere. Everything that he does. I guess maybe he puts it back in it or whatever, always or whatever. My man, but somehow it's something that has to do now and being engaged. It doesn't really matter what is it that you're doing. It's important when's
He came and worked with me, and I put him in my studio. And then I gave him freedom. Got no, into it under. Then he made songs sang busy. Got this, yenza kanjani la ngithi okay. Ngimncede lapho nalapho ahlanganisa izinto and then we came up with that album Sweetie My Life Inakupenda and all that. Ask him the first time I came into the studio, I gave him over a 700,000 rand check. That time. That time.
Imagine.
Wangibheka kayi-1 athukile athi it was the first time. So if I can't rob umuntu ongaziniksi, why should I rob abantu abafana nabo Brenda, abo Yvonne, whatever? That boy is still alive. I gave him 700 and something thousand. Publishing, I think he made another 500,000. That time it was a lot of money. So I gave it to him because what I do, I always separate things. To the record, he said, pay me for my share, pay whoever will lend. I don't care whether it's millions, whatever, it's his money. So we paid him. That's why that boy will never go out.
No, we had him.
You had him in your show?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why,
Fondly,
if that is the first person I'll rip off if I rob a band. But I didn't do that. So I'm telling you now, I still have records. The first check he got, because he was even earning 6,000 rand a month from me as a producer. Imali encane bekayithola monthly. But the timing ama royalties mawafika. Ngingathela ngithi West ngithi no, don't mix his money with mine. Ngitshela uyeri. Ngithi I don't want to pay him. I want you to pay him. And pay me my share and pay him his share. 750,000 rand I paid him. Boom. The boy was shocked with, hey, yes, these are your royalties. Publishing money, I think it got over 500,000. He made a lot of money. But what I'm trying to say is that when people talk, it's okay. Let them entertain themselves, as long as you know when. That's why even now I'm surviving, because uNkulunkulu knows what I do.
Yeah.
What other people are saying, oh, Chicco, you do this, bakubeza drug lord, bakubeza kutwenza. For me, it has not actually hurt, because I grew up knowing what, no matter how good you do in life, you'll always have people who will just be against the good work that you are doing.
Not everyone
You
will
understand?
love you.
Yeah, not everyone you will love you. So that's why it never worries me, because all I want to do is just want to ngiqhubeke ngento engiyenzayo ngazi ukuthi no nginceda umphakathi de nginganceda ngakhona. Yeah. That's it.
So, what is your relationship with Bongani?
No, I mean, the last time I spoke to Bongani, it was last week when I was in New York.
Oh, that's great.
So we talk, and the boy was misled.
Okay.
The boy was misled by, when the mom passed away. Because remember when I met Brenda, she didn't have a house.
Yeah, like you said.
I made it a point that I bought a house in Senti in Batlu. I made it a point that she has a house. Because for me, it didn't make sense that a big artist like Brenda, Yvonne Chaka has a house, Chicco has a house, Rebecca Malope has a house, why Brenda didn't have a house. So the first thing that we called on, no, I don't care whatever. Ngono ube nendlu. Qala in the suburbs. Njengathi before anything else. I made it a point that she got a house. Unfortunately, the house was sold by the son after her passing. So it's not something that I have no control of that. Fortunately, the Bongs sold the property. And then there's so many things that Brenda didn't have. But we made it a point. And when she passed on, we also, myself and Evan Scholzberg and Leslie Sliebe, we raised money and we put all the money into the estate of the Brenda Fassie estate, over 11 million rands. After getting the money into the estate, obviously, the beneficiary is going to be Bongani Fassie.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, as the only son.
Yeah, as the only son. Then, I remember before Brenda died, I went to Bongani, Epatlu, when he was still a young boy. Chief, because for me, I realized, it didn't look good for Brenda, and that anything can happen. Just to encourage him to be strong and all that. Unfortunately, Brenda passed. And when Brenda passed away, I immediately called Evan Scholzberg and said, Evan, we need to do compilations for this boy, because at least the house is there. And then this boy will be on his own. So we need to protect him. Irving Scholzberg said, Chico, no problem. What ideas do you have for us to assist the book? No, let's come up with compilations. All Brenda's hits, gospel, whatever. Let's put it together. Let's release a lot. And all the proceeds, including some of my royalties, must go into the estate. So that this boy can have a better life moving forward. Because he was still young. And then we agreed with Irving. Then I called the brother, Brenda Fassie, Bongani's uncle. Okay. And then I had a meeting with them. Good, guys, this is what we're doing with Irving. And I'm 100% sure we're going to raise that money. Because remember that time, it was physical sales. Yeah. It was not this digital nonsense.
Buy from music.
Yeah. So we sold. We sold. Fortunately, we raised it's a shy target here to Irving. Chico, what is Irving? I don't want a cent. All the money must go into the estate. It's there. It's on record. It's not yes, say whatever. It's on record. Bongani, as a grown-up man, if he can go to the books, you'll see there's the money. Understand? We raised that money, and after raising that money, a month after Brenda was buried, I went to Bongani. Look, this is the money that we've raised. Mom is no more there. You are the only one. If this money is not there, who else will be But my advice to you is that invest this money. Get the interest. You've got a house. It's paid for. You've got over 11 million and more millions are going to come off royalties. Your mom's royalties. Make sure good know the money was going to sustain. The boy agreed. Then the boy agreed and then said, okay, fine. At that time he was working with Lungs, Ghetto Raf, and then Graham Gilfilin, Abelung. Then Bambizele starting. But no. Le money la good account le reserve with Chico le 12 million whatever. Incane ngabi lo mali. Thina sizokutholela imali eningi abochiko abayidlile 10 million EMI 10 million there whatever sokutholela about 40 million rent. Uzobana more than 50 million. So ungayi ngabochiko ba bribe ukuthi singabasubi for ama royalties ngamamakho. Now the idea was not the money by Funobo Chico. The idea was to actually use this money as legal fees for themselves. The 12 million. They want to help him because Babana the 12 million. And then now we were accused of all this nonsense. We went to court. No one succeeded in that court because I keep documents. I keep documents. If we get 10 rand, I keep it documenting it now. So the judge, I remember, but Sagu arbitration. But now my documents. Why you want to go? EMI had documents. Sambro had documents. But he says Sambro mean an EMI. So it's 3. See Saubani. Ila machita labi abelungu bayidla le mali lentwana le bayishaya boss bayishaya yonke ithe mayiphela lentwana yangifonela ngithi I did tell you my son. I did warn you ukuthi they just want your money. You will get nothing from us because we Tina when we do business we understand what we are doing. I take what's mine and whatever that belongs to your mom going to your mom. So if someone comes and tells you because I told you they want to use that money for legal fees. By that I don't get 12 million. Bas patala. I think that's patala. Management fee, whatever. The person running the estate is a white man. It's a white guy. It's a lawyer. His name is I forgot his name. Oh, by shy. Is there anyone talking bad about that white man? The people about them 12 million, they won't. They'll always talk about what Chico because black people will have that thing, what you know. So even that boy had to sell the house because it was bad. He had to even sell the house because of these people that I've just mentioned. The other one, because show they bakufuna makubheda abekho makumnandi ngathi kunemali bavundu waba ngamncedi manje. If people are genuine, why like me, I've never had Brenda Fassie when she was. I always found Brenda when she was down and out. Even with Vulindlela, I found that she was down and out. She was in the streets. I went into the studio with her and recorded Vulindlela. She came back. Memeza. She came back. She was very strong. So now, but when she was down in the streets during Memeza, no one cared. She was in Hillbrow struggling on her own, trying. No one wanted to know Brenda and all that. Then I'm tired and I'm fucking stupid. Magaba successful. Bongani, hey Brenda, hey, Chicco there. So you know we have a culture yabantu ukuthi bakuthanda ngoba unani. If you have nothing, they just so I don't have time for that. I've always said, I'll be there for people, whether you fancy or what. That's why I don't have rich or whatever friends. In fact, I don't associate with rich friends. My friends will be the same guys being carers and having scared. Even my frustana grand and no man rich or no. We are normal. Because I don't think money or material stuff it's something that actually must change.
It's what we were talking about.
You understand what I'm saying?
If it's something nice and expensive, or
yes,
that thing I see phone call.
Exactly.
But my peto rich to
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because mina ngayibamba ibheke
Louis
Vuitton fake. Ngibambe kahle ngifake la ngene kumoto yami enzima bazothi hey ushaya ngamalu mari fake. Ngithenge 200 rand. Yabo? You understand?
Yeah. Kuma Chinese.
Kuma Chinese ngithi ngiyabona bazothi Chicco igenuine.
Yeah.
Kanti richi ushaya original. Yeah. When ushaya ngamakowe. But I fake.
That's just how we are.
Yeah.
Chachana.
So that's why ngithi so now there's been a lot of stories about Brenda Fassie and Bongani and all that. But that boy was let down by people whom he thought were assisting him. But those people stole a lot of money from him. And then they helped him because they knew who had raised money that was going to benefit him. 12 million to, I think it's over 15 million rand. It's a lot of money. For him, Bongani even now, if that money was taken and put into
some
savings, investment and all that, he was still living out of that money. Because even now, I can't tell Mama he still generates money. But the advice he got from Abantu Labat, who are there for you. They were there for that money there.
Hey. Yeah, no kunzima. It's Happy Days on podcast. Sello Chicco Twala indlela right. Umnyamande. Asithatha futhi ama chance asidlala nawo sezuleke. Pholile spring month, spring siqala la ku Happy Days. Mangithi ngibhekane lake yabona namadada lapha dude edamini ayizakhipha. So into esihlangane ngayo le ukuthi sihlangane ngobumnandi la. Asibalekele ama sad news dasilo. Usinyaka.
Yeah.
I know Guti, it was you going to filming now, where you met, where you actually had a reunion with Winnie Khumalo. Winnie Khumalo, there is this other guy, man, Madluputu, Nosnyaka. Kuze kanjani to spane nabo whilst you were now focusing on the film?
Well, my film career started with Sinyaka. I think Sinyaka used to tell us a lot of jokes, every time Mauno Sinyaka befana but me no Sinyaka ngmazi I knew Sinyaka before I even started my career, musical career. I knew Sinyaka. He was a hairstylist. Because one of the top hairstylists.
Okay.
Carlton Center. Begune hairstyle salon I can't remember. They own some black guy, a Carlton Center.
Carlton
Carlton Center.
Kind Center.
Yeah, Carlton Center is a yeah, they keep high benzim. Salon yakona. Sinaka used to work there.
Okay.
So all the ladies lapana, they will walk away if Sinaka is not the one owns in you know, yeah, we should I be shy Sinaka be going gangaro when it comes to hairstyling.
Okay.
So Sinaka, I knew him from there. He used to do my perm. No problem. Song is Sinaka. So now we'll hang out, and then also Kumama jokes, and so I knew him from that time. So ngati man, tema singing kumalento ku music, what happened that ngahlala naye in my house, because bengalanda yokuhlala Deep Loop extension. So I gave him a room there, being plumber naye. It was okay, and then and what I ngat ufuna ngena ku music. Ngamfaka ku music wamnandi nyana ku music
aphikisana no Brenda.
No, before I recorded leza ka Brenda kunengoma zenzile ezibhaya.
Okay.
Before Brenda, and then I did some couple of songs, and then that's when we decided with okay, let's do something film. So we didn't have a budget. Then science of umrutu watsoti ngale budget nyana seven sama camera mancane.
Issues to budget.
Yeah, you know.
So you understand very well.
Yeah, but so that's how it started. So yeah, and then Matlu put the same way. Uzegi mafuna ukuqula, angihamba naye ngiyakhumbula ngise kuphi North Cliff. Khona ngilongoka mangithi ngibona amazinyo namaglass ngithi hayi man ungaye ngavela ngawadonsa ngabamba ngathi faka.
Uwambhayela la irengi.
Yeah, ngambhayela zona.
Awungitshela. Umbhayela amazinyo namaglass umaziphuthu.
Yeah, ngamfaka zona.
Awumfaka zona.
Ngambhaka zona ngambheka ekareni azilaha nangithi
uzoba kanje.
So that's how we created Mazuputhu. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now because I remember when we were speaking to Winnie Khumalo, ukhulume ngendaba kakhulu ukuthi yazi I so wish ukuthi uTasilo angabuyela ku drama and film industry, because a lot of musicians or a lot of artists at that time bebe rely kuwe yabo athi ma deviator or ungasaveli ngoba kuwathula ungasabonakala athi kuyababulala kakhulu namanje athi ngimbuzela ngathi manje mangathola i-call manje from uTasilo ngoba ngiyabona useke release nomntanakhe who's releasing ama-house ama-piano. So ngithi manje mangabe uTachika ngakuvala athi asipane nawe manje uthi yo ngiyangijima phela lelo time lelo belintswimbi.
Yeah, no, I'm in contact with them obviously. I'm still on ngisabhizi nama-film. I have a couple of films that I worked on as got released on my. Now Matlu I just finished another film, my Dildo Divorce.
Oh, it's a Puma.
Yeah, it's a Puma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think we've seen the last month. 2 months before I went abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, Sitretile. And then look, I'm still on film. The only problem on film, remember Tinabisa is a activity. So we just want to license them now. As you know, with the market is quite different now. Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Now, all right, moving to a situation yelona yagalong. Ulong useke right because I remember where we center for rehab and all that.
Look, Longwe is I'm not going to be very long. He's an adult. He's 38, 39 years old now. You know, whatever he does, what is found guilty or what, it's his problem. I wouldn't want to actually be his spokesperson.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
I'd rather be a spokesperson of a minor, but he's an adult, and whatever that has happened, lapana Kelly Khumalo, he was there with his girlfriend, whoever. They should actually be the ones who give an answer as to what happened.
Because we all know that, okay, you ulongwe ukhrotu, but the reason why most of the time it comes out in the or what happened in it's because of the first part le ukuthi kubizwe wena kuqala So,
Kubizwe mina where?
like kubizwe wena endlini, what whilst after the incident, you were one of, let me just put it like, you were one of the people who were called.
Yeah.
Maybe mina, on my side, I was thinking, okay, Khumalo, I know to Sello, bege manager or producer, obviously, uzofonela umuntu onjengaye umjwayele.
I think.
So people were like, why kufonele?
I think that's why when you deal with people who want to ignore something that is normal to do, but where ignorance is bliss, it's dangerous to be wise. I don't want to comment on something that I mean, this is ignorance because when a self, Richard, if your brother kushona mama akho manje uyokufowunela. So what's wrong with that? If anybody mawushoniwe ukuphi, someone is going to call you. So what is wrong in Kelly calling me? Angazisa ukuthi ubani bani uqeda ukulimala. What's wrong with that? What's wrong in anybody calling somebody about an incident enzakele embi? Let's say kuyashi building laphana. Ngifonela people ngithi kuyashala. What's wrong in me calling people ukuthi kuyashala?
Angithi bona ba expect ukuthi mhlambe ufonele
Why-
fire distinguisher rara.
No, why but what if ubafonela?
But what if ubafonele?
Yeah, what if ubafonela?
Ubafonele.
Yes, what if ubafonela? Why? Because Kelly called a lot of people on that day. She called people from Senzo. She called a lot of
So
people.
bagada
Bafuna le, bayifuna. So it's okay. Let them have fun. So I don't want. I don't argue with people about ignorant. You know, ignorant people will always be, and not only ignorant, haters.
Yeah,
I don't argue with them. I just leave it to them to actually let them entertain them because that's the only thing that they know. Because for me, it's normal with anybody. Maguvele tragedy. Anyway, if there's tragedy, you always inform other people. Even nase lento America makubhonya laphana upresident ufonela ukuthi kuyabhonya angeke ukuthi hey wakufonela upresident uqala bese kubhonya. It doesn't make sense.
Ufonele umuntu ocabanga umfona at that time. So that is exactly how it
Anybody, if
happened.
Kelly decides good, I mean another thing, I'm not Kelly's friend. Except that I produce her. I don't even have a relationship close now with I don't have except that one who would produce. Or I'm not their friend. They know that. People can check later. I don't. So why would I protect them, or why would they protect me or protect anybody? But all I'm saying is that that matter I think it should be dealt with when the incident happened, because if people will be found guilty, it will be them. It won't be. I'm not part of that. I was not there, and I would go and all that. I'm not interested. Yeah, but I don't. But umuntu yaboshwa or ulongo wenza 20 life sentence whatever, boss. Uzoba boshwe agotshwele izono zakhe, not ezami. He's an adult. You understand? Kunjalo emhlabeni. Mawumosha, suffer the consequences.
True.
Yeah. So,
you lay the bed, sleep on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sello, for coming. But I wanna find out ukuthi umculo wena awusekho interested in releasing something that like really produced and you singing it.
No. That I'm not doing anymore except for other people.
Helping
And
those
also
musicians,
doing a lot
yeah.
of soundtracks, yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of me, I think I retired when? Late 90s. That was the last time I was on stage. But in J, with ngene stage, ngithi ngiyafokuza. I into engalekela wena Twala ukuthi
Don't jealous stage me.
yeah.
Right.
Uzame mfowethu.
Ngizame ngingene.
Yeah.
Ngibangene.
Ubangene.
Angimele ungireleasele njengo DJ Walk.
Oh le.
Yeah, producer lezo.
Tshela yena ukuthi uthubekala uthi Walk. Tshela yena akula. Okay wenza kule show yakhe.
Yeah, we had
Nice.
him. Yeah,
He's
we
a
had
nice
him
boy.
last. Yeah, he's a very nice
boy,
yeah,
and
very reserved.
very talented.
Yeah.
It's a pity ukuthi nje asikwazanga ukuthi
Niqhubeke.
sisebenze siqhubeke, whatever, but ngoba nami bengibusy kakhulu that time and yeah, but he's a wonderful boy.
Oh man, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
You know, you've blessed Happy Days.
Yeah.
For coming with spring. Scala is spring now.
No, that's good.
That's nice. So I know that we are orkant, so we have khona kule viki. Because so far umuntu ohlala lapho or
Nangihlale laphana, I will never even hlale laphana kuyabheda. I'm just there to achieve my agenda there. Like my agenda is to see South African music exported to that side, making money, and artists making money that side. That is my agenda. Angna agenda enye. That's why I'm in and out. I'm not even interested to clear Lapana because Lapana was Sodom and Gomorrah. It's not a nice place.
Yeah.
Man ba kuruma with America. What I Lapana. Akuna mpilo.
Amen. Once again,
Business is okay.
Forward. Yeah, nongivakashele uwe.
Yeah.
Okay, kuzakhanya. Yeah, ngendlela right. It's Happy Days and out.
Subscribe and become a member of the biggest family, the Happy Days on podcast family.